If you are hearing the sound of my voice right now, at this precise moment, understand this. Your presence here is not a random happenstance. This is not the arbitrary whim of an algorithm, or a mere coincidence in the chaotic dance of the digital world. No, my friend, this is a meticulously woven thread in the tapestry of your destiny, an unmistakable, deliberate connection that the universe, through forces far grander than we can fully comprehend, has orchestrated for you. This message, this very revelation I am about to impart, is destined for you, the one in who has felt the silent stirrings of a deeper truth, the yearning for a shift that transcends the ordinary. For too long you have navigated waters that felt heavy, walked paths that seemed to lead nowhere, and questioned the invisible barriers that held you back from the abundance you know is rightfully yours. But today, the veil is being lifted. The universe has strategically brought you to this point because a profound transformative transaction is waiting to unfold in your life. A transaction capable of unlocking not just financial miracles, but an entire paradigm shift from scarcity to boundless prosperity, from unspoken pain to profound peace. There is an unseen force, a subtle yet powerful current that has been attempting to flow into your existence, a torrent of blessings poised at the precipice of your reality. Yet it has been held captive, momentarily stalled by an obstruction hidden in plain sight, a silent blockade designed to keep you tethered to a past that no longer serves your highest good. This blockage isn't about what you lack in effort, intellect, or deservingness. It's about a spiritual impedance, a ripple in the fabric of your energetic flow that has created a bottleneck. The very forces that seek to diminish your light, to keep you small and unfulfilled, have been desperately hoping you would scroll past this video, that you would dismiss this as just another fleeting piece of content. They understand with a chilling clarity that the insights I am about to unveil are not merely words, but a potent key. A master key designed to dismantle their ancient strongholds and initiate their permanent eviction from the territories of your life. They thrive in the shadows of your doubt, whispering narratives of unworthiness, urging you to remain in a fog of confusion, perpetually wondering why your most heartfelt prayers and earnest efforts seem to dissipate into the ether, never quite reaching the celestial ears you believe are listening. But the dawn is breaking, my friend. The light of clarity is now piercing through that fog, illuminating the path forward. I speak directly to the chosen one, the courageous soul whose spirit has been crying out, whose every fiber has yearned for a breakthrough, especially in the realm of finance. You are not just a spectator here. You are the protagonist in a divine drama on the cusp of a revelation that will reshape your entire world. Prepare yourself, for the journey from almost to absolute begins now. You, my chosen friend, are not just someone idly passing time. You are one who has walked the path of dedication, of unwavering faith. You have been diligent, consistent, and devout. You have faithfully tithed, observing the spiritual principles of giving, understanding that abundance flows from a generous heart. You have fasted, disciplining your spirit and body, seeking divine communion and clarity. You have sown seeds both in tangible offerings and in acts of kindness, believing in the universal law of reciprocity, trusting that what you give out will return to you manifold. Indeed, by every measure prescribed by ancient wisdom and sacred texts, you have done everything right. You have meticulously followed the blueprint, invested your energy, and poured your heart into creating a life of flourishing. Yet for months, perhaps even years, you have felt it, an invisible, almost imperceptible glass ceiling pressing down upon your financial ascent. It's a sensation akin to running a marathon with an unseen weight, or trying to fly with an invisible tether. You are caught in what I refer to as the cycle of almost. The promotion that was within your grasp, the one you worked tirelessly for, the one that seemed guaranteed, It almost materialized only to be snatched away at the 11th hour. The loan approval that would have provided the much-needed capital for your dreams, the one you prepared meticulously for that crucial injection of opportunity, it almost went through, but then, inexplicably, the deal crumbled. You were on the verge of closing that life-changing business deal, the one that promised to usher in a new era of stability and growth, the one that felt like the culmination of years of effort. It was almost signed, sealed, and delivered only to unravel in the final moments, leaving you bewildered and frustrated. Or perhaps the money does indeed flow into your life. You experience moments of abundance, a surge of financial inflow that briefly ignites hope. But then, as swiftly as it arrived, it mysteriously leaks out. The car, seemingly fine just days before, suddenly develops a critical expensive fault. A major appliance central to your household's smooth functioning unexpectedly breaks down, demanding immediate costly repairs. Or an unforeseen medical bill appears out of nowhere, an urgent expense that drains your reserves, leaving you gasping for air. It's as if you have a hole in your pocket, an invisible siphon, constantly drawing away your hard-earned resources, leaving you perpetually scrambling, forever, trying to catch up. This relentless cycle of almost this frustrating phenomenon of the leaking pocket has driven you to your knees, to the very edge of your spiritual and emotional resilience. You have cried out to the heavens, your voice echoing with raw honesty. Lord, why is the harvest I've been diligently tending so profoundly delayed? Why do I feel like I'm pouring precious water into a bucket, riddled with invisible holes, watching it all drain away before it can nourish my land? Why do those who seem to disregard all principles of righteousness appear to prosper effortlessly, while I, who strive to walk in alignment with your word, struggle just to keep my head above water, constantly battling to maintain a semblance of stability? You have stared at your bank account, not with the laziness or indifference of one who shies away from work, but with a profound sense of dread, a chilling realization that the simple, undeniable laws of mathematics refuse to add up in your favor. Your income, your efforts, your sacrifices, they should, by all logical and spiritual reckoning, be yielding a different outcome. Yet the numbers paint a stark, often discouraging picture. This feeling, this deep-seated concern is not born of idleness. It is born of an acute awareness that something fundamental is misaligned. Something unseen is at play. Listen to me very closely now, for this is a critical distinction, a truth that will free you from the burden of self-blame and despair. You are not, I repeat, not dealing with a lack of supply. Heaven is not bankrupt. The divine treasury is not depleted. The infinite source of all creation, the wellspring of all abundance, holds boundless resources. God has not forgotten your name, nor has he overlooked your sincere prayers and faithful deeds. Your destiny is not an afterthought in the grand cosmic plan. On the contrary, your name is etched in the scrolls of divine remembrance, and your blessings have been meticulously pre-worked. What you are grappling with, what has been meticulously concealed from your conscious awareness, is a silent blockage. It is a hidden spiritual obstruction, an energetic dam that is clogging the pipeline of your provision. Imagine a vast river teeming with life-giving water, flowing towards your parched land. The river is full, the source is infinite. But just before it reaches your fields, an unseen debris field, a subtle, yet formidable barrier has formed, diverting the flow, making it seem as if the river itself has dried up. This blockage is not a judgment. It is a spiritual mechanism that we are now together going to identify and dismantle. Understand this powerful truth in the ethereal realm, the realm where intentions manifest into reality, where spiritual decrees dictate physical outcomes. The check has already been cut. Your financial miracle, the abundance you've been praying for, has already been processed, assessed, and approved. The resources, meticulously itemized and bountiful, have been specifically assigned to your name. Imagine a celestial accounting ledger where your unique identifier is clearly marked and a vast deposit awaits release. The angels, those divine messengers and agents of provision, have already been dispatched. They are standing at the ready, their wings poised, their hands laden with your long-awaited blessings, prepared to deliver the manifest reality of your prayers directly to your doorstep. However, there is a crucial bottleneck. They are currently stopped at the very gate of your life, not because of a lack of divine will or power, but because of one specific insidious legal technicality. In the spiritual courts, just as in the earthly ones, there are laws, protocols, and intricate agreements. The enemy, who operates as a master legalist in these unseen courts, has identified a loophole, a small but potent impediment, that allows him to lodge an objection and temporarily withhold your blessings. It's a cunning strategy designed to exploit a subtle misstep, a lingering, unresolved issue within your own spiritual framework. But let me assure you, this is not a permanent state of affairs. Today, in this very moment, the judge of the universe, the ultimate arbiter of all cosmic laws and justice, is stepping in. He is illuminating this silent killer, exposing its hidden mechanisms, bringing it from the shadows into the blinding light of truth. He is doing this so that you, impaired by this revelation, can identify and definitively remove it once and for all. This blockage is particularly tricky, particularly insidious, because it thrives in concealment. It hides cunningly beneath the surface of your conscious awareness, often justifying its presence with persuasive self-serving narratives that make it seem logical, even righteous, to hold on to. It masquerades as justice, as self-preservation, as a necessary defense mechanism, but in reality, it is a spiritual handcuff. The Holy Spirit, the divine revealer of all hidden truths, is showing me with undeniable clarity that many of you, perhaps even without fully realizing it, have already dealt with the superficial layers of anger. The explosive outbursts, the overt displays of rage, the screaming and shouting, those have largely subsided. You believe you have moved past that initial raw stage of hurt. But deeper still, beneath the calm facade, below the surface of your apparent composure, there lies a profound, dense sediment layer of bitterness. It has settled like heavy silt at the bottom of a previously turbulent river, deep within the secret chambers of your spirit, quietly corroding your peace and subtly blocking your flow. This deep-seated sediment of bitterness, this insidious spiritual blockage, originates from a place of profound betrayal, an emotional wound inflicted perhaps years ago, yet still festering beneath the surface. It could stem from the agonizing absence of a parent during your formative years, a void that left you feeling unloved, unprotected, or unworthy. Or perhaps it was the crushing disappointment of a business partner, someone you trusted implicitly, who callously stole your ideas, your investments, or your vision, leaving you not only financially bereft, but emotionally scarred. For many others, the source of this deep pain lies in the intimate betrayal of an ex-spouse who cruelly walked out, shattering vows, breaking promises, and leaving behind a trail of emotional devastation that felt insurmountable. You might genuinely believe you have moved on from these harrowing experiences. You might tell yourself that you rarely, if ever, think about those individuals anymore, that they occupy no significant space in your daily thoughts or concerns. This conscious detachment, however, is often a protective mechanism, a way for your mind to cope with the lingering trauma. But I tell you, deep in the most secret, often unacknowledged chambers of your heart, there exists a tiny yet incredibly potent legal hook. This hook is not physical. It is a spiritual leverage point that the enemy has meticulously identified and relentlessly holds on to. Every single time a memory of that past betrayal surfaces, every time the name of the person who hurt you flickers across your mind, even for the briefest fraction of a second, there is a micro-flash of pain. It's a subtle jolt, an almost imperceptible tightening in your chest, a momentary pang of resentment. And in that precise instant, an ancient, insidious voice, a whisper from the adversary echoes in your subconscious, implanting a seductive yet toxic phrase: they owe me. They owe me for what they did. They owe me for the pain, for the loss, for the years. That, my friend, is the critical defining phrase: they owe me. This seemingly innocuous thought, this seemingly justified sentiment, is the very key to the blockage. In the intricate, often unseen spiritual realm, the act of unforgiveness, the decision to hold on to an offense, does not simply keep you angry. It actively creates a spiritual debt. When you cling to that offense, when you refuse to release the person who wronged you, you are in essence appointing yourself as a judge. You are placing that individual in a spiritual debtor's prison of your own making, holding them captive in your heart, demanding payment for their transgressions. You are in essence standing before the cosmic court, pointing an accusing finger and declaring, "You owe me. For the agony I endured, you owe me. For the years of my life that were stolen or diminished by your actions, you owe me. For the trust you shattered, for the dreams you crushed, for the opportunities you sabotaged." This deeply ingrained belief, this silent decree of "they owe me," creates a powerful binding spiritual contract that extends far beyond the human realm. You are, whether consciously or unconsciously, maintaining the legal claim against them in the spiritual dimension. But here, my friend, is the terrifying and often overlooked reality that is actively blocking the inflow of your financial miracle, that is preventing the universe from releasing your destined abundance. As long as you and your spiritual authority choose to hold them in your debtor's prison, as long as you maintain that spiritual lien against them, you are, by the very same spiritual law, inadvertently blocking the divine mechanism that would release you from your own metaphorical debtor's prison. You are, in essence, holding the keys to your own freedom, but refusing to turn them because you are fixated on the perceived debt of another. Think of it in practical earthly terms like a property lien. Imagine you own a beautiful house, a valuable asset, and you wish to sell it to transform that asset into liquid capital for a new venture, a new life chapter. You cannot legally sell that house. You cannot complete the transaction if there is a legal lien on the title. A lien signifies a claim, an unresolved debt or obligation attached to the property. Until that lien is settled, until the title is clear, the property remains encumbered, its true value inaccessible, its sale impossible. In precisely the same spiritual way, the enemy, the great accuser, has been able to place a lien of offense upon your finances, upon your destiny. The blessing and the overflowing abundance, the financial miracle that has been prepared and assigned to you, is actively attempting to land, to manifest in your physical reality. But the title deed to your prosperity, so to speak, isn't clear. There's an encumbrance, a spiritual blot on the record, which prevents the transaction from completing. The accuser, a meticulous and cunning legalist in the spiritual courtrooms, points directly to that lien, to that unresolved bitterness, and declares, "Objection. This property, this blessing is under dispute. There is an outstanding claim, an unsettled matter in the hearts of this individual." The devil, the adversary, is an astute legalist. He understands these divine laws, these cosmic protocols, with a precision that far surpasses human comprehension. He knows the intricacies of spiritual justice, the weight of a standing objection, and the power of an unresolved claim. Even now, as I speak these words, he stands before the throne of God, the ultimate judge, actively presenting his case against you. He points to the millions that God desires to pour into your life, the innovative business ideas that are meant to explode into reality, the restoration of health, relationships, and peace that God has already destined for you. He knows the immense goodness that heaven yearns to release into your existence. But then, with a chilling confidence, he pulls out a meticulously prepared file. the file of your unresolved bitterness, your lingering resentment. He slams it down on the spiritual docket and proclaims, "Objection, Your Honor, you cannot release this wealth, this restoration, this breakthrough to this individual. They are standing here demanding mercy and grace from you, calling for an outpouring of your divine favor. Yet at the very same time, they are stubbornly refusing to extend that same mercy, that same grace, that same forgiveness to others who have wronged them. They hold a spiritual lien against their perceived debtors, demanding payment and refusing release. And in that moment, under the strict protocols of divine law, the judge, bound by his own principles of justice and mercy, has no choice but to sustain the objection. Legally, the portal of abundant provision, the gateway to your financial miracle, must for now remain closed. The blessing is absolutely yours. It has been prepared, designated, and awaits release. But it is currently held in escrow, a temporary holding pattern, until the legal technicality, the lien of unforgiveness, is resolved. The enemy isn't stopping God's power. He's simply blocking God's flow by exploiting a protocol, using your own unresolved pain, your own justified hurt, as a weapon against your future. Now I want you to ask yourself a question, a truly serious, soul-searching question that cuts to the core of your being. Is your anger, your deeply ingrained resentment, truly worth your destiny? Is the fleeting satisfaction of holding on to a grudge, the bitter taste of demanding, "They owe me," truly worth sacrificing the boundless abundance, the profound peace, and the transformative purpose that God has meticulously prepared for your life? Do you see the cunning, masterful trap the enemy laid? He didn't just want to hurt you. He specifically baited you into offense. He meticulously orchestrated that pain, sent that individual, allowed that circumstance to unfold, all with one singular nefarious goal: that you would cling to a grudge, that you would nurture that resentment within your heart. He knew with absolute certainty that as long as you chose to hold on to that grudge, as long as that spiritual lien of unforgiveness remained active, he could, by the precise letter of spiritual law, legally hold your money, your breakthrough, your entire destiny in escrow. He understood better than you might realize that he possesses no power to stop God's sovereign might, no authority to directly intervene with God's divine will to bless you. So with cunning strategy, he tricked you into stopping God's flow, into inadvertently creating the very barrier that prevents your blessings from manifesting. It's a masterful deception, a cosmic sleight of hand where your own pain becomes the unwitting instrument of your own delay. Consider the profound cost of this hidden burden. Every single day, you awaken with that bitter residue, that lingering anger, that quiet resentment churning beneath the surface. You are, in essence, paying a devastating spiritual tax to the enemy. This tax is not paid in mere currency. It is paid with the precious currency of your peace, your mental tranquility, the very serenity of your soul. It is paid with the vitality of your physical health, manifesting as stress-related ailments, chronic fatigue, or a general malaise that drains your life force. And perhaps most acutely for the purpose of this message, it is paid with the abundance of your bank account, with the tangible manifestations of prosperity that are being withheld. You might argue with every fiber of your being, "But Lord, they hurt me so deeply. Their actions were inexcusable, unforgivable. They absolutely do not deserve my forgiveness. Why should I release them from a debt they genuinely owe?" And in that assertion, my friend, you are absolutely right. From a purely human perspective, based on the laws of earthly justice and emotional retribution, they do not deserve it. Their actions may indeed have been egregious, their betrayal profound. But here is the pivotal truth, the liberating revelation: forgiveness isn't about them deserving it. Forgiveness isn't about letting them off the hook, absolving them of their wrongdoing in the eyes of the universe or even in your own perception. No, forgiveness is an act of radical self-liberation. It's about taking the hook, the barbed, painful hook of resentment, out of your own mouth. It's about releasing yourself from the self-imposed prison of bitterness. It's about evicting the squatter of unforgiveness, that insidious parasite that has been occupying prime spiritual real estate within your heart, so that the Holy Spirit, the very essence of divine peace, joy, and creative power, can fully occupy that territory and establish a new abundant dwelling place. So I ask you once more, with renewed urgency and a deeper conviction, is holding on to this grudge, this lingering ember of resentment, truly worth sacrificing your imminent financial breakthrough? Is the fleeting hollow satisfaction of proving them wrong, of clinging to the narrative of your victimhood, truly worth staying stuck in this wilderness of delay and frustration? The answer, my friend, is a resounding no. The price of unforgiveness is far too high. You literally cannot afford to be offended anymore. It is proving to be ruinously expensive, draining your life force, your health, and your prosperity. God, in His infinite wisdom and boundless love, is not commanding you to let it go because they were right or because their actions were somehow justified. On the contrary, He is urging you to release it, to surrender that burden, because what He has prepared for you, the magnitude of the blessings and the glory He intends to pour into your life, is far too vast, far too significant to be perpetually blocked by something as comparatively small and ultimately self-destructive as a festering resentment. Your destiny is not meant to be held hostage by the shadows of your past. Imagine for a moment the Creator of the universe, the ultimate giver of all good things, standing before you, ready to hand you a multi-million-dollar settlement, a spiritual inheritance so grand it could transform generations of your family. But there's a catch. His hand laden with this immense blessing cannot deposit it into a fist that is clenched tight with anger, with bitterness, with the rigid grip of unforgiveness. You must open your hand, not just physically, but spiritually. You must open your hand to release the offense, to let go of the perceived debt, to surrender the need for retribution. Only then, with an open, receptive heart and an unburdened spirit, can you truly open your hand to receive the deluge of overflow, the unprecedented abundance that is patiently waiting to rush into your life. This is more than just a suggestion. It is a prophetic summons. The court of heaven is now in session, and the proceedings are reaching their critical juncture. The enemy, with his cunning legal strategy, is making a final bet. He is betting on your pain, banking on the idea that your attachment to your anger, your deeply ingrained sense of injustice, is stronger than your desire for ultimate freedom, prosperity, and peace. He believes you love your resentment more than you crave your destiny. But today, in this sacred moment, we are going to decisively prove him wrong. We are going to make a declaration that reverberates throughout the spiritual courts. Today, right now, we are collectively going to drop the charges as is. We are going to issue a decree that bankrupts the enemy's entire legal case against you, dissolving his claims and rendering his objections utterly null and void. We are going to wash your spirit clean, scrubbing away every last trace of that clinging sediment of bitterness, cleansing your energetic field so that it becomes a pristine conduit for divine blessings. The very moment you consciously, intentionally, and from the deepest part of your being choose to release them from the spiritual prison you've unwittingly held them in, that will be the precise moment the dam will shatter. The floodgates will burst open. Imagine it, the angelic delivery trucks laden with your provisions, your breakthroughs, your sevenfold restoration, which have been patiently parked at the border of your reality, will suddenly receive the unmistakable green light. The divine flow will be unleashed, a torrent of favor, opportunity, and financial abundance rushing towards you with an unstoppable force. Prepare your heart, prepare your mind, prepare your physical space. For this is not merely an emotional release. It is a profound, legally binding transaction in the spiritual realm, carrying tangible, immediate consequences in your physical world. If you are able, I invite you now to close your eyes. Allow yourself to be fully present in this moment, surrendering to the profound processes that is about to unfold. Lift your hands not as a physical gesture alone, but as a symbolic act of complete surrender, and offering of your burdens to the higher power that awaits them. Bring the face of that person, or those persons, to your mind. You know exactly who they are. Their image, their name, their actions may flash before your inner eye. Allow yourself to feel the lingering echo of that pain one last time. Acknowledge it, witness it, but then decisively offer it up. We are giving it all to Jesus, to the ultimate healer and restorer, so that he may transform it into something beautiful and redemptive. Now, with every fiber of your being, with a conviction that resonates from the core of your gut, pray this powerful declaration with me. Let these words not be mere utterances, but a forceful decree spoken with absolute authority and unwavering faith. Say this with me now, loudly, clearly, and with intentionality. Heavenly Father, righteous Judge of the universe, I come before your holy throne in the mighty breakthrough name of Jesus Christ. I acknowledge with a humble and honest heart that I have been carrying a burden that was never mine, to bear a weight that was meant to be cast upon your strong shoulders. I now see with unveiled clarity how the adversary, the enemy of my soul, cunningly used my profound pain, my justified hurt, to cunningly rob me of my promised blessings, to delay my divine inheritance. But today, in this sacred moment, I evict him. I declare his claims null and void. By a conscious, deliberate, and resolute act of my own free will, I choose to forgive. Lord, I speak the names of those who wounded me, those who betrayed me, those who caused me pain directly before your majestic throne. In this powerful moment, I release them. I irrevocably drop every single charge I have held against them in the courts of my heart and in the spiritual realm. I cancel by divine decree every perceived debt they supposedly owe me. They no longer owe me an apology that may never come. They no longer owe me restitution that I sought in vow. My true restorer is you, Lord, and I look solely to you for my recompense and my complete restoration. I declare with unwavering faith that what was intended for evil, what was meant to break me, you in your infinite power and wisdom have already turned for my ultimate good. I release the anger, the bitter resentment, the quiet fury that has clung to my spirit for far too long. I release the need for revenge, the yearning for them to somehow pay for their transgressions, knowing that vengeance belongs to you alone. I cut every unearthly soul tie, every energetic cord of offense that has bound me to this painful past. I plead the precious, powerful, atoning blood of Jesus over all my memories, over every raw emotion, over every wound that has lingered. His blood washes me clean, purifies my spirit, and sets me free. And now, Lord, because I have made the sovereign choice to release them, because I have cleared the spiritual record and declared their freedom, I humbly but firmly ask that you in turn release me. I demand by the authority granted through Christ Jesus that this silent blockage, this hidden obstruction, be completely and permanently removed from my life right now. I command the mighty gates of financial breakthrough, the portals of abundance, and the doorways of the divine opportunity to swing wide open. Satan, you have no legal ground left. Your case is bankrupt. The file of unforgiveness is closed, sealed, and eternally archived. The debt is canceled. I command the angels of prosperity, those swift messengers of heaven, to move now. Release the held-up checks, the delayed contracts, the unexpected inheritances, the miraculous provision. I declare myself an open, unhindered channel for God's glory, for His limitless abundance, to flow through my life. My heart is now free, unburdened, and expansive. My hands are open, ready to receive. I claim by faith my sevenfold restoration, my complete recompense. It is done. It is finished. In Jesus' mighty name, amen. Take a profound cleansing breath now. Inhale deeply, allowing pure divine energy to fill every cell of your being, and exhale slowly, releasing any remaining residue of the past. Do you feel that lightness, that profound sense of release washing over you, cascading through your spirit, your mind, your very body? That, my friend, is the unmistakable sensation of chains falling off, of ancient shackles dissolving into dust. That is the silent blockage, the spiritual dam dissolving before your very eyes, its power broken, its influence eradicated. You have just won a massive, decisive victory in the courts of heaven. A spiritual triumph that reverberates through all dimensions. The accuser who stood against you with his legalistic arguments has been utterly silenced, his case dismissed, because you, by an act of your sovereign will and profound faith, chose to let go of the past. God, the benevolent giver, is now releasing your future, unencumbered and ungenies. Now I want you to pay very close attention to the next 72 hours of your life. This is not a casual suggestion. It is a prophetic instruction, a divine timeline for manifestation. The pipe has been definitively unclogged. The spiritual channels that were once constricted are now wide open, clear, and ready for an aggressive, undeniable flow of blessings. Prepare yourself for the acceleration. Phone calls will come. Unexpected calls with opportunities, offers, or solutions that seem to appear out of nowhere. Favor will actively seek you out. Situations will align in your benefit, doors will open effortlessly, and divine connections will materialize, as if orchestrated by an unseen hand. The very atmosphere surrounding you has shifted from one of judgment and delay to one of pure, unadulterated grace and acceleration. However, I must issue a solemn warning for the enemy. The adversary you just defeated despises this truth. He hates your freedom, your breakthrough, and the light that now shines upon you. In the coming days, perhaps even hours, he will attempt to bait you. He will try to test your resolve to see if he can reestablish that insidious legal hook. He will cunningly attempt to bring that name, the name of the person you just released, back into your thoughts, stirring up old wounds, old narratives of injustice. He might even orchestrate circumstances where that person directly contacts you, or where someone associated with them does something annoying, frustrating, or even outright provoking, just to see if you will pick the offense back up. Do not under any circumstances take the bait. Be vigilant, be discerning, and be firm in your resolve. When that familiar feeling of resentment, that subtle whisper of, "they owe me," attempts to resurface, immediately declare with the full authority of the victory you just secured, "No, the transaction is finished. The spiritual contract has been dissolved. That file is definitively closed, sealed, and cannot be refunded. I do not and will not pay interest on that debt anymore. My freedom is more valuable than any lingering hour. Guard your heart with all diligence, for from it flows the very wellspring of your life, your prosperity, and your peace." This is not just a moment. It is a new way of living, a new spiritual posture. What you have done today is monumental. You have not merely broken a personal cycle of frustration and lack. You have actively shattered a generational cycle, a pattern of unforgiveness and financial struggle that may have plagued your family line for generations. You are the cycle breaker, the courageous one, who stepped forward to dismantle an ancient curse and usher in an era of unprecedented blessing for yourself and for those who follow. This act of forgiveness is a legacy-defining decision. But while you are now free, you cannot walk this path of continued liberation and expanding abundance alone. The spiritual battlefield is vast, and the journey of maintaining your freedom requires ongoing vigilance, wisdom, and the collective strength of a like-minded community. You need a remnant, a spiritual family, a band of warriors who not only understand the profound realities of spiritual warfare, but are actively engaged in it, who can uphold you, strengthen you, and celebrate with you. If you are truly ready to embrace this newfound freedom, if your heart yearns to consolidate this victory and continue your journey into exponential growth, then I invite you to join us here at Jesus Inspired Life. This is more than just a channel. It is a spiritual sanctuary, a training ground for champions. Press that subscribe button right now. Do not merely watch from the sidelines. Plant yourself firmly within a community of committed warriors, of brothers and sisters who understand the depth of what you've just accomplished and are dedicated to walking in victory. We are not just a group of individuals. We are a burgeoning army divinely commissioned to take back what was stolen, to reclaim every promise, and to manifest God's kingdom on earth. If you felt that undeniable release, that profound sense of liberation and lightness in your spirit, then hit that like button right now. It is more than just an acknowledgement of appreciation for this message. It is a powerful spiritual signal. It broadcasts to the unseen realms, to the angelic hosts, and to the defeated adversary, that you have not only received, but have deeply sealed this truth within your being. It declares your commitment to your freedom and amplifies the impact of your declaration. And finally, in an act of profound love and spiritual responsibility, share this video. Think of someone you know, someone whose life feels perpetually stuck, who may be struggling financially, but whose heart also carries the silent burden of bitterness. Be the vessel, the divine conduit, to set them free. This message is not just for you. It is a beacon of hope for countless others who are unknowingly held captive by the very chains you have just broken. Now listen carefully, for the journey of liberation extends beyond the internal. You have diligently cleansed your heart, removing the spiritual debris of unforgiveness. But to truly solidify your breakthrough and prevent any reinfection, you must also cleanse your environment. Resentment, like any strong emotion, leaves a too subtle but potent spiritual residue, an energetic imprint within your home, your sacred soil. If your walls, your very surroundings have absorbed the echoes of your past pain, the silent cries of your frustration, or the unspoken anger, they can, over time, subtly reinfect you, drawing you back into old patterns, old energies. You need to actively scrub your atmosphere, to purify your living space, and to establish a sanctuary where only peace, prosperity, and divine love can reside. I have created a comprehensive step-by-step video that teaches you exactly how to spiritually cleanse your home, how to symbolically and energetically scrub away the lingering residue of past negative emotions, and how to effectively seal your doors and windows against any unwanted spiritual intrusion. This ensures that peace becomes not just a visitor, but a permanent, cherished resident within your sanctuary. That vital video is on the screen right now, just a click away. Do not leave your newly liberated sanctuary vulnerable to old influences. Click that video, clean your house with spiritual intention, and prepare every corner of your life for the overflow that is now destined to rush in. This is not just about a financial breakthrough. It's about establishing an entirely new, abundant way of being. I will see you there, ready to guide you to the next level of your transformation. Your journey to complete freedom and overflowing abundance has only just begun. This comprehensive cleansing of your environment is a crucial step in cementing the victory you've achieved. Think of it as preparing your physical space to align with the profound spiritual shift that has just occurred within you. Just as a gardener carefully prepares the soil before planting precious seeds, you must prepare your home, your sanctuary, to receive and nurture the abundant harvest that is now flowing your way. This isn't superstition. It's a deep understanding of energetic resonance. Your surroundings are not inert. They are alive with the vibrations you impress upon them. By actively removing the spiritual residue of past pain and bitterness, you are creating a fertile ground for joy, peace, and prosperities to flourish. Consider the practical implications. Clutter, disorganization, and unresolved issues in your physical space can often mirror or even exacerbate internal emotional and financial blockages. A cluttered home can subtly drain your energy, create mental fog, and inhibit creativity, making it harder to recognize and seize the opportunities that are now coming your way. By taking intentional action to cleanse and organize your environment, you are not only inviting in positive energies, but also signaling to your subconscious mind and to the universe that you are truly ready for a new level of order, clarity, and abundance. This act becomes a powerful affirmation, a physical manifestation of your internal transformation. The video on cleansing your home will walk you through precise steps using simple yet potent spiritual tools, from the power of spoken word and prayer to the use of specific elements like salt water and intentional light. It's about more than just physical cleaning. It's about energetically detoxifying your space, severing any remaining energetic cords that might be attempting to pull you back into old patterns of struggle. You will learn how to create a protective seal around your home, establishing it as a fortress of peace and a beacon of prosperity, ensuring that negative influences cannot re-enter and disrupt your newfound flow. This process is about creating a harmonious ecosystem where your inner transformation and your outer environment are in perfect alignment. When your heart is free and your home is consecrated, you become an unstoppable force, a magnet for miracles. This comprehensive approach ensures that your breakthrough isn't a temporary relief, but a sustainable, ever-expanding reality. The universe responds to clarity, intention, and alignment. By taking these deliberate actions, you are sending an unequivocal message that you are ready to fully step into your destiny, to keep your inheritance, and to live a life of abundant grace. This profound journey of spiritual and environmental cleansing is an investment in your future, a conscious commitment to a life of sustained prosperity and profound peace. The old patterns, the cycle of almost the inexplicable leaks in your financial bucket, these were not random misfortunes. They were symptoms of a deeper, unseen reality that you have now bravely confronted and overcome. By understanding the silent blockage of lingering resentment and taking decisive action, you have not merely removed an obstacle, you have unlocked a new dimension of spiritual flow. This is where insights from ancient wisdom traditions, often dismissed in the rush of modern life, become powerfully relevant. Many cultures have long understood the intricate connection between inner peace, outer environment, and the flow of abundance, seeing them not as separate entities, but as interconnected facets of a holistic well-being. Your commitment to this process transcends simple self-help. It's a strategic move in your personal and spiritual development, akin to a nation strengthening its economic foundations, or a corporation restructuring to optimize its supply chain. Just as an efficient supply chain ensures resources move freely, an unblocked spiritual pipeline guarantees your divine provision. We are tapping into universal laws that govern all forms of prosperity. The universe operates on principles of cause and effect, resonance, and intention. When you release resentment, you are not just forgiving a person. You are releasing a low vibrational energy that was actively repelling higher vibrations of wealth, health, and beauty. You are literally raising your energetic frequency, becoming a magnet for what you truly desire. Consider the profound psychological liberation that accompanies this spiritual act. Carrying a grudge is like holding a hot coal in your hand, intending to throw it at someone else, but only burning yourself in the process. Psychologically, resentment is a form of self-sabotage, keeping you tethered to the past, draining your mental energy, and hindering your ability to embrace new opportunities with a clear, open mind. It affects your decision-making, your creativity, and your overall outlook on life, often without you even realizing it. By severing these ties, you reclaim your mental clarity and emotional sovereignty, allowing for innovative ideas and fresh perspectives to emerge, which are crucial for attracting financial breakthroughs. This liberation allows you to pivot from a mindset of scarcity, where you are constantly fighting against unseen forces, to a mindset of abundant expectation. You move from questioning, "Why not me?" to affirming, "Why not now?" This shift in perspective is incredibly powerful, transforming you from a passive recipient of circumstance into an active co-creator of your reality. The universe aligns with your dominant thoughts and feelings. When your dominant vibration is one of gratitude, forgiveness, and openness, the universe responds by sending more reasons for gratitude, more opportunities for abundance, and more experiences of open flow. The journey you've embarked upon is one of profound empowerment, a deliberate choice to step into your authentic power and claim the full measure of your divine inheritance. This isn't about being passive, it's about being strategically active in the spiritual realm, understanding the game, and playing by rules that lead to victory. Many people mistakenly believe that spiritual matters are entirely separate from material wealth, but history and profound spiritual teachings consistently reveal an intrinsic link. The prosperity of nations, the success of individuals, and the flourishing of communities are often deeply rooted in principles of justice, mercy, and communal harmony, echoes of the very spiritual laws we're discussing. When these principles are violated, imbalances occur, leading to blockages on both individual and collective levels. Think of it in terms of global trade and economics. A blockage in a major shipping lane, a tariff imposed due to unresolved political disputes, or a breakdown in international relations can cripple an economy, causing widespread scarcity and hardship. Similarly, in your personal spiritual economy, the tariff of unforgiveness, the blockage of resentment, has been impeding the free flow of your divine resources. By releasing it, you've essentially signed a new trade agreement with the universe, declaring open channels for abundance to move freely into your life. This isn't just about personal growth. It's about becoming a conduit for a larger collective flow of good, an economic force for blessing in your own sphere of influence. This new chapter you are stepping into is not just about receiving for yourself, but about becoming an overflow channel for others. When your cup runs over, you are then positioned to bless your family, your community, and even broader initiatives. This transforms personal prosperity into a tool for greater good, aligning with the highest spiritual purpose of abundance. This is why the divine forces are so invested in your freedom, not just for your comfort, but for the impact you are destined to make. Your breakthrough is a testimony, a beacon of hope for others who are still struggling in the darkness of their own blockages. The tangible results you will witness in the next 72 hours and in the weeks and months to come will serve as irrefutable social proof of the power of this principle. Like countless others who have dared to forgive, who have chosen freedom over bitterness, you will experience the manifestation of unexpected opportunities, the resolution of long-standing debts, and the sudden appearance of resources precisely when they are needed most. These will be real-life stories, concrete evidence that the spiritual realm has responded to your courageous act. These stories, your story, will inspire and empower others to embark on their own journeys of liberation. This revelation, this moment of profound insight, is a divine key, not just for your financial freedom, but for a holistic transformation of your life. It speaks to the often unseen interconnections between our emotional, spiritual, and material realities. When one area is out of alignment, it inevitably affects all others. Forgiveness, therefore, isn't a passive act of letting go, but an active, powerful restructuring of your energetic field, allowing for a harmonious flow across all dimensions of your being. It's a fundamental principle of human well-being and a cornerstone of lasting prosperity. The affirmations we spoke, the words of release and command, are not empty phrases. They are potent declarations that shape your reality. The universe, God, and your subconscious mind all respond to authoritative declarations made with intention and faith. This is why repetition, the rhythmic affirmation of truth, can be so powerfully transformative. It bypasses the analytical mind and implants the new belief directly into your subconscious, which then works tirelessly to manifest that belief into your physical experience. This is the essence of tapping into your co-creative power with the divine. Your commitment to guarding your heart in the coming days is paramount. It's like tending a newly planted seed. It requires protection from pests and weeds. The enemy's attempts to rebait you are merely tests of your new spiritual muscle opportunities to reinforce your victory. Each time you firmly refuse to pick up the offense, each time you declare the transaction closed, you strengthen your spiritual defense and solidify your new identity as a free, unburdened, and prosperous individual. This consistent vigilance builds resilience and ensures that your breakthrough is not just a fleeting moment, but a permanent state of being. Remember the words of wisdom, often attributed to profound spiritual teachers, that our greatest power lies in our present choices. The past is gone. The future is yet unwritten. But in this sacred now, you hold the power to choose freedom, to choose forgiveness, and to choose an abundant future. This truth empowers you not to forget the pain, but to transform it into a catalyst for extraordinary growth and unprecedented blessings. You are not a victim of your past. You are the victorious architect of your future. And as you move forward, remember the powerful concept of social proof as applied to your spiritual journey. When you share your testimony, even in its early stages of manifestation, you offer tangible evidence to others that these principles are real and effective. Imagine the ripple effect: a friend witnessing your sudden shift in circumstances, feeling your renewed energy, or observing your unexpected financial turnarounds, might be inspired to explore this path for themselves. Your success becomes a beacon, a living, breathing testament to the transformative power of forgiveness and spiritual alignment. This is not about boasting. It's about radiating the light of what God has done in your life, providing concrete examples that can anchor faith in others. In the realm of geopolitical analysis, we often see how a single success story, a nation that overcomes seemingly insurmountable challenges, can inspire, say, entire regions. Similarly, your personal victory can be a catalyst for a spiritual awakening in your sphere of influence. You are not just breaking a cycle for yourself, but you are becoming a cycle breaker for others, demonstrating a pathway to liberation that was previously shrouded in mystery. The strength of community cannot be overstated in this ongoing journey. Just as nations form alliances for mutual security and prosperity, so too must individuals seeking spiritual growth. Joining a community of like-minded individuals, a family of faith, provides crucial support, accountability, and shared wisdom. When you are surrounded by others who understand the nuances of spiritual warfare, who celebrate your victories and uplift you during challenges, your resolve is strengthened and your path is illuminated. This collective energy amplifies individual prayer and provides a powerful shield against the adversary's persistent attempts to derail your progress. It's a network of mutual empowerment, a shared commitment to living a life of purpose and abundance. Your journey is now intertwined with a larger divine narrative. You are part of a movement, an awakening, where individuals are reclaiming their spiritual authority and manifesting miracles in their lives. The act of subscribing, of formally joining this community, is a symbolic declaration of your commitment not just to your own transformation, but to being a part of something greater than yourself. It's a commitment to learning, to growing, and to contributing to a collective vibration of hope and empowerment. This is where individual freedom converges with collective strength, creating an unstoppable force for positive change. As you continue this journey, remember that cleansing your environment is not a one-time event, but an ongoing practice of spiritual hygiene. Think of it like maintaining a garden. Once you've removed the weeds and prepared the soil, you still need to tend to it regularly to ensure continued flourishing. This practice elevates your living space from a mere dwelling to a sacred sanctuary, a powerful altar that supports your highest intentions and amplifies your spiritual practices. When your physical space resonates with peace and clarity, it becomes easier to meditate, to pray, to receive divine inspiration, and to maintain a state of high vibration, conducive to attracting continuous blessings. Consider the wisdom found in various ancient traditions and even modern psychology, which emphasize the profound impact of our environment on our mental and emotional states. A chaotic, energetically cluttered space can subtly drain your energy, create mental fog, and inhibit creative flow. Conversely, a clean, organized, and intentionally blessed environment fosters clarity, peace, and an open channel for inspiration. This is not about materialism. It's about creating a harmonious ecosystem where your inner spiritual freedom is reflected and reinforced by your outer physical reality. This alignment is key to sustaining the aggressive flow of blessings you've now unlocked. The video on cleansing your home offers a practical, actionable roadmap for this process. It demystifies spiritual cleansing, making it accessible and effective. You'll learn simple yet potent techniques to energetically purify your space, to release any residual negative energies, and to establish a protective spiritual shield around your home. This ensures that your sanctuary becomes a haven where peace is a permanent resident, where creativity flourishes, and where prosperity can manifest without hindrance. It's about taking proactive steps to safeguard your breakthrough and create a supportive environment for your continued growth. This holistic approach, integrating inner healing with outer environmental alignment, ensures that your transformation is comprehensive and deeply rooted. It's a declaration to the universe that you are fully committed to living a life of abundance, not just in fragments, but in every aspect. By taking these deliberate actions, you are not just preparing for overflow. You are actively inviting it, creating the perfect conditions for it to manifest abundantly and continuously. This is your powerful choice, your decisive action, to step into the fullness of the life God has always intended for you. Now, as we near the culmination of this profound message, let's solidify a practical roadmap, a clear trajectory for your next steps. The transformation you've begun is not just a feeling, it's an actionable journey. For the next 7 days, I want you to commit to a daily practice. Each morning, upon waking, before your feet even touch the floor, take a moment to intentionally affirm your freedom. Declare aloud, "My heart is free, my hands are open, my channels are clear." Throughout the day, when any flicker of old resentment or doubt tries to creep in, immediately engage in the practice you learned today. Acknowledge the thought, then firmly dismiss it with, "That file is closed. I am free. I do not pay interest on that debt anymore." This consistent, intentional practice over the next 7 days will deeply embed your new reality into your subconscious mind, creating new neural pathways of peace and prosperity. It's like exercising a new muscle. Consistent effort builds strength and endurance. Pair this with the spiritual cleansing of your home, as detailed in the video I've recommended. Commit to dedicating a specific time each day to this environmental purification, whether it's decluttering a drawer with intention, speaking blessings over each room, or playing uplifting high vibrational music throughout your home. This dual approach, inner affirmation and outer cleansing, creates a powerful synergy that accelerates manifestation. By the end of these 7 days, you will not only feel a deeper, more sustained lightness within your spirit, but you will begin to observe tangible shifts in your external circumstance. Expect unexpected calls, favorable encounters, new opportunities, and solutions to long-standing problems. This is not wishful thinking. It's the natural consequence of aligning yourself with universal laws of abundance and spiritual integrity. Your life will begin to reflect the profound transformation that has occurred within you. This moment right here, right now, is not just the end of a video. It is the beginning of your new, empowered, received reality. This is not a promise of some distant future. It is an affirmation of a shift that has already commenced. The wheels of destiny have been set in motion. The universe has responded. The blockage has been removed. The flow has begun. Embrace this truth with every fiber of your being. You are no longer the one who was stuck. You are the one who is free, the one who is prospering, the one who is receiving. Step boldly into this new chapter, knowing that you are divinely supported, eternally cherished, and destined for greatness. The change has not only begun, it is happening right now in this very moment, and it will continue to unfold in miraculous ways.